try and procreate. This week on Coming Soon, coming out tomorrow, and I've already been spoiled twice today.
Have you really?
Oh, wonderful.
No shit. Okay. I woke up this morning.
He's about to spoil it all for us.
No, I promise I'm not. I promise I'm not because I slid real quick. Unfortunately, I read a little bit of Spanish and it spoiled it for me, even in another language on the second one. Sitting there going through TikTok, doing my thing in the morning, the 3 S's, shower, shave, and then about the second swipe up, it was like, Venom spoiler, woo, real quick, zip. Okay, cool. We're back to cats and weird shit. And then number 7, Venom spoiler. Blah, 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 blah. And then a big word in English. They were just like, we're just going to put a big. Honestly, right now, if you wanted to become like a big bunch of views on TikTok, you could just put anything together and then just put large words for characters in the MCU, and I bet people will believe it. Because now I'm broken. I'm just jacked up. I didn't want to spoil it for anybody else. And now, right now, I don't even know if it's a spoiler or not because I didn't watch it. But it was definitely hand cam. People are. Just in the theaters, and I'm like, come on, dude, it's not until tomorrow. Like, what are we doing? It was 5 a.m.
Yeah, fuck
on
that,
the East
dude.
Coast.
People who spoil stuff on the internet, fuck them.
Yeah.
Also, I thought the way to make money on TikTok was to do the Mega Knees challenge.
What was that?
You don't know what that
is? What's your algorithm like?
Dude,
that's
what my TikTok algorithm is. It's shirtless guys and lightsabers and dogs.
Buff chicks.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Buff chicks, shirtless guys, and yeah.
Fit chicks need love too, brother. Fit chicks need love too.
It's amazing.
And fit dudes, I don't judge.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Ryan Reynolds or Hugh Jackman lean in for a kiss. You're kissing those men.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You are
11 out of 10 times, partner.
I can explain.
Don't need to.
Actually, then let's go back. We did a little bit of cannon fodder before the show. I want to really talk about Venom a little bit. The first movie for me was fun. I knew it was when I went in. I wanted some things to happen that didn't happen. That's all right. But when you just know that you're going into a Tom Hardy with not his native accent movie that's going to be about Venom, not in the MCU, you know what you're getting.
Riz Ahmed was really good as Riot too. I liked him a lot. And I mean, the bar was real low because what other Venom did we got? We got fucking Topher Grace in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, it's true.
Shout out to Sam Raimi. Doctor Strange 2. But I agree with you. I thought it was fun. I like Tom Hardy a lot. He's not typically what I pictured Eddie Brock would look like. Actually, Topher Grace is more of what I pictured Eddie Brock would look like.
Taller?
But
really?
More buff. Like a more
stocky, just a stocky dude. Yeah,
Eddie Brock is like a fridge. He's like
a linebacker.
Yeah, he's like a linebacker almost.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should have just got what's his name from the Bears. Brian Urlacher. Just beat Eddie Brock. It'd be great.
Bill Goldberg from WWE. Nothing? Okay.
I would love
Triple
that.
H.
It would be so good. But he has to spit water out of his mouth at every scene.
Yeah.
His hair has to flip back.
You guys are old.
You know what?
Even I don't know who that is.
You know why all of my
No, I don't know. I know who Bill Goldberg was. Is Goldberg the bald guy?
Yeah.
Okay, then
he would do the spear.
Yeah, he was in WCW versus NWO on Nintendo 64.
Sure.
Yeah, the main reason my references come from the 90s and early aughts is because I didn't have a job then. So I could play games and watch shows and go to movies. And now I do have a job and I'm baby. So we're getting half opinions from Venom, even though it comes out at midnight tonight. That I'm not going to go see it.
I'll see it tomorrow. I'm excited about seeing it though because I love Carnage.
Carnage is so dope.
What a great villain. Also, I'm really glad they got rid of that stupid fucking toupee that Woody Harrelson was wearing at the end of the first movie.
I mean, wasn't he bald around then? He had just bugged for another role.
I think it was Hunger Games or something, wasn't it? The last Hunger Games movie? I don't fucking know. It was Natural Born Killers. That's what it was. He was doing Natural Born Killers around that time, right?
Uh-huh.
For the younger folks, that was a movie from the 90s.
But to your point, Woody Harrelson I'm excited about. I'm interested to see, really just how vicious Carnage is. I'm wondering whether or not,
Yeah.
they kind of lean into it a little bit of how Carnage later on could like stab people and then suddenly take them over, kind of like zombies or like extensions of himself. I want to see, where they put the limitations in as far as the movie, but also I'm curious if there were limitations legally, like, hey, you got Carnage as the character, but you're only stuck in like this kind of window of story that you can play with, right? Like the movies we've made or the comics we've made after the licensing began, you can't use those storylines because they're ours, right? So I'm interested to see what that is.
Yeah, who knows? But in the trailer, something interesting that somebody else brought up was that like when he's being shot at, he's opening that hole in his stomach.
Yeah.
And the bullets are going straight through, and Eddie and Venom can't do that.
Right. That's that's straight out of the comic books because Carnage is like infused with Cletus Cassidy's.
Yeah.
Did any of you read King in Black? I'm sorry, I'm not going to derail this whole thing, but King in Black, the thing about Null, the symbiote. You should read it. It's about the symbiote god, and it has like a bunch of Carnage stuff in it too.
Interesting.
So you should read it. It's really good.
But no, to your point, Carnage and Cletus, they're basically the same person, right? They're the same being. Like when you see them kind of peel away, it's almost like he's being created. Woody Harrelson's face is being created versus peeling away, where Eddie Brock and the symbiote kind of just they have an agreement.
Coexist, right?
Yeah.
Toby says in chat they make this thing look like a horror movie, and I could not agree more. Yeah.
What's the rating on this? Is this an R-rated movie? It's PG-13. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
So I read the Amazing Spider-Man as a kid, and I remember Carnage coming into the Amazing Spider-Man, and all of the really kind of grotesque violence would take place off panel. Like you would know that it was happening, but it would never be shown discreetly. And so I'm wondering if they lean into, because like if it's a rated R movie, then they can do all of the nasty, like in your face disgustingness. But in PG-13, I wonder if they do a lot of the kind of Carnage, really grotesque killing just off screen.
You'll just see shadows of like scythes going through people's bodies.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's great. Like look, it's gonna be so easy to animate this movie.
But I mean, even in the trailer, Carnage puts his tongue into a soldier, and the soldier's
yeah.
That's gross. That is some gross shit.
Well, I don't know, man. PG-13 in 2021 is a lot different than PG-13 in 1999.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
Things are getting a lot more edgy, so we'll see. I mean, I'm stoked for it.
Have you seen a PG-13 movie from like the late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah, Jaws.
There's like so much going on in those movies that would not fly today.
Titanic, and it was PG-13
for sure. I would never fly today.
You can say fuck one time in a PG-13 movie too. I learned that from the movie Be Cool with John Travolta.
But they had to plan the fuck real good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Scientology, for that fun fact today.
Vince Vaughn is also in that movie.
Twinkle, twinkle, motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's the movie.
I do know.
Ernie's with me. Everybody else is like, what the fuck is Tom talking about?
Nope. Yeah.
It beats him with an aluminum bat.
The Rock is also in that movie. All right, cool. No Time to Die. James Bond.
No Time to Die.
Wait, Griff is saying, Griffin Blade 77 is saying there's a hierarchy. You can trade the one fuck for extra shits. That's hysterical. Like there's an umbrella of curse words, and some are worse than others.
It's just awesome. Currency. You like go into Hogwarts. You're like, hey, I wanna trade one galleon for 10 shits.
Can I have one shit, please? 3 shits for one fuck, please.
Like, oh, we can't say another shit. Wait, guys, jingle jingle in my pocket.
Can I have 5 bitches for 3 shits, please? That just cracks me up.
I love it. This movie, No Time to Die, is Daniel Craig's last appearance as 007.
Really? Okay.
Because it is, I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna read the synopsis. James Bond has left active service. Surprise again. I mean, he does it every movie.
Didn't he do that in
His piece is short-lived. Yeah, exactly. His piece is short-lived when Felix Leiter, played by you know who, the Watcher, Jeffrey Wright, an old friend from the CIA, turns up asking for help, leading Bond onto the trail of a mysterious villain armed with dangerous new technology. It's currently sitting at 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. I love the Bond franchise. I think Daniel Craig's doing a great job as Bond. He's getting older, that's fair. But I I'm curious who's going to be the next Bond. I'm looking at you, Idris Elba. Do you have the time?
Yeah.
Someone says Henry Golding too could be a good Bond. I think Henry Golding would be a good Bond.
Who's Henry Golding?
He's the guy from
Crazy Rich
Asians.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
In the movie The Gentleman recently with Matthew McConaughey.
There was another actor too that I saw that was
obviously Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
John Boyega.
Henry Cavill said he wants to play a villain, actually, which is
nice.
I'm totally
John Boyega would be
in for.
I like John Boyega. Oh, there's one other person. Oh, the main character, Shadow Moon from American Gods.
Ricky. Fuck, I know his name. It's Ricky something. I know you're talking about from American Gods. I forgot
he'd be another option. Yeah. So
they also said the dude from Bridgerton as well. Okay. Yeah, that guy. I think Idris Elba's too old, to be honest.
That's fair. Maybe.
At this point, Idris Elba's too old. I think 10 years ago when this was all first being talked about, I think that would have been good. But I think he's a little too old now at this point. Also, the girl who plays 008 or 9 in this, I don't know the actress, but she could be the next James Bond. She'd be fucking cool. She looks cool.
Ana de Armas or Naomi Harris. No, Eve Moneypenny. That's Naomi Harris.
I can't remember her name, but she's the one that's like
the other.
Lashana Lynch. Yeah. She's playing Nomi. Somebody in chat said Ruby Rose. Actually, I saw this little blurb, evidently in an interview with Daniel Craig. They asked, how would you feel about a woman playing James Bond? His response was, I don't think a woman should play James Bond. And I could hear like a pin drop. And he said, because I think women should have their own strong characters.
I think so too.
Okay.
And I was like, interesting take. It's like, no, but at the same time, he does agree there should be just as equally a badass female character with their own 70-year history of swapping out roles.
Well, I mean, it's James Bond is written in fiction in novel form as a male character, but fiction is fiction for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't
know. It's tough.
On this.
Between she and he is a single letter. So
right, and who cares? Yeah.
End of the day, we're still gonna watch it.
Ooh, Griffin Blade. I love that.
Hell yeah! Oh my god, please! Every James Bond movie that comes out. Yeah.
Griffin Blade said they should do an alt series where Bond dies in the first scene and Q and the crew have to take care of business. That would be dope as fuck.
Yeah,
that would be.
I'd watch a whole series of just young M, just a younger Dame Judi Dench.
I would just watch Dame Judi Dench.
Doesn't much matter where.
My type.
She's just sipping tea by the fire. Tom's got it for 45 minutes.
Just watch.
It's the new Christmas Yule log, yeah.
Judi Dench drinking tea by the fire.
Yeah. She's clearing her throat.
I would watch a full movie where Ben, what's his name? Ben Whishaw?
Yeah.
It would
accepted an Oscar or a what is it? He accepted an Oscar and he was very energetic.
Was he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super energetic.
He talk like Paddington.
Left. Is he Paddington?
He's Paddington. Those movies are fantastic.
I heard they're really good.
Fuck by a fire every 15 minutes.
Or grunt.
He's here. He's there. He's every fucking where. Yule log.
Ted Lasso, so good.
What a good show too. God damn.
We're derailed.
We're gonna talk about that.
I know. Yeah, we're off the rails yet again. They have been renewed for season 3 and 4, so technically that now fits into coming soon. And now here we go. My favorite slide of this whole thing.
I want this so bad.
Our Vin Diesel thirst trap of the week. I follow Vin Diesel. I love when he just makes a fool of himself by coming out with a song that he thinks is going to be great, and it's just not. But then you get things like this. You're like, oh, that looks like something I've seen before. And then it's hashtag Riddick. Thank you, Matt, for putting this in here. I'm going to read the direct caption from his Instagram post. Incredible meeting today. Thanks, team. You know who you are. I am Groot. Let's just say Furia may be closer than you think. Hashtag Riddick. I can't really do his voice.
Y'all watch those movies?
Hashtag family.
Hashtag family. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that there wasn't family somewhere in there. Yeah.
I like the Riddick movies.
Furia.
The Riddick movies are so good.
So good.
It was the first time I saw what's his face from Star Wars, not Star Trek.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban, yeah, that was the first movie I ever saw him in, and that was the second movie I ever saw the girl from Westworld. Thandie Newton. She's
Thandie
also
Newton.
in
Thandie Newton.
Chronicles of Riddick.
She's
What
the
a good set
other
of
half
movies.
of Carl Urban. Yeah. No, that movie's badass. The second one is definitely my favorite. First one obviously made the second one. The third one, Katie Sackhoff. What's up?
Well, yeah. And then the dude who played Deathstroke was in that movie, wasn't he? No, Ra's al Ghul. No, Ra's al Ghul. The Ra's al Ghul from the Arrowverse was in Riddick.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Okay. What a good movie. I loved the Riddick movies. I played the game for Xbox was like one of the best film adaptations to a game like of all time. You could sell 8 menthol cools and get your eyes shine like me. So you see the dark. And then it took me, I saw those when I was younger, and I didn't know what a menthol cool was, and I was like, oh, that's a cigarette. Got it.
That's got to be some alien thing I've never heard of.
Yeah, what's a menthol cool? Oh, wait,
not something that tries to give you minty, shitty smelling breath. You smell like an ashtray, but at least it's minty. It's like brushing your teeth and drinking orange juice right after. So gross. The next one, Matthew dropped this for us, the Sandman Act Two. I didn't realize Sandman, the first one, the audiobook, had so many like big name actors in it.
It's really
obviously
good.
Narrated by Neil Gaiman, but starring role for Morpheus, James McAvoy. I mean, I'm not going to read all of these, but I mean, Brian Cox, John Lithgow, Bill Nighy, Andy Serkis,
Kat Dennings,
what's her name? Yeah, Kristen Shaw. Kristen Shaw is amazing.
She's so damn funny.
Kevin Smith's in the second act.
Yeah, David Tennant. What's up, Doctor Who? And how many things is Jeffrey Wright going to be in on this episode?
I don't know.
In so much shit.
But I want him in everything. I want him in everything.
His voice is so velvet. He's Gordon in the new Batman. I'm so fucking excited.
Oh, okay.
So much.
Have you not listened to the first act, Ernie? No, it's really good. If you've never read The Sandman, like, it's really well done. I listened to it almost all in one sitting. Like, I just, for hours and hours, I listened to it. It was so good.
First of all, anything narrated by Neil Gaiman is an 11 out of 10 for me. Just because the like lilting tone of his voice just is so perfect for everything that he writes. Very smooth.
I secretly kind of hoped he had like a really jacked up like radio voice, like or
no,
the reverse of a radio voice, where like he's a great writer, but he sounds like this, and just
he talks your clothes off.
Unfortunately, no.
He's just multi-talented. Some people have it all.
And side note, today I found out that Good Omens, which was a book written by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, they have their own fully cast audiobook coming out, I think in November. With with
Michael
the cast
Sheen
from
and David Tennant.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, I'm in. I wanted the American Gods full one to be with Ian McShane and all of them, but it wasn't. Yeah. But
so any audiobook on Audible that's narrated by Neil Gaiman, get it. It is he's so good at it.
It's really cool. I didn't know anything about Sandman. I know that Constantine comes from that universe. But it was like I was immediately hooked when I listened to it. James McAvoy. God damn, James McAvoy. He's like the triple threat. Good looking, beautiful voice, and he can act.
And
is that the triple threat?
Yeah, something like that.
Just fan yourself real quick for me. Just woo!
Yeah, cool off a little bit.
John Constantine in this audiobook is played by Taron Egerton, who would also be a good Bond.
Ooh, Taron Egerton would be a good Bond.
He's young enough.
If they did a young Bond.
Yeah, he's young enough. He, and it would just be Kingsman, but like gritty and less anal sex jokes.
Oh, then I'm out.
I'm out.
Maybe less anal sex jokes.
That's awesome. At least we're on brand today for how we talk about people we've never met. I love it. Speaking of people we've never met.
Did you guys watch did you guys watch the credits? Super cool. Did you watch the credits?
Oh, I'm yelling. I'm yelling. This shit looks so dope, and I'm so in.
Cowboy Bebop coming to Netflix. Released their trailer this week. If you haven't seen it, go out and see it now. I was so pumped. Like, I'm getting Sin City vibes. I'm getting like all the things that I really want to see in something based off of a kind of a comic or cartoon. This is it. fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks so the intro when they showed the credits and like I'm just like I was immediately brought back into watching this show on Toonami as a kid and I was like I cannot wait. My wife and I are watching the original together in
Nice.
anticipation of the show. And I'm like, "Man, John Cho looks like Spike. I cannot believe it."
It's incredible. Such a good casting, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Plot synopsis for this, just for everybody who doesn't know what Cowboy Bebop is, if you're not like us, obviously children of the 90s. A ragtag crew of bounty
are all
hunters
really excited.
chases down the galaxy's most dangerous criminals. They'll save the world for the right price. Now, this definitely looks... This, like, the next three things are all going to be Netflix, spoiler alert. But this is the first one, and I wanted this one to be first because I had the most, like, hyped up hard nips for it out of all three of the things we're about to talk
Most certainly,
about.
yeah.
Because it hit that nostalgia, like, pocket for me. The next two, I don't really have any, like, fond memories. One is kind of a new thing. The other one's kind of some games that I've never played. Based off of some Polish literature that I'd never read. So, you know, we're gonna get there.
Is that The Witcher? Like, you're being very ambiguous. Yeah. I love that. That was great.
Witcher season 2.
I never played based on some Polish literature.
The only thing that come out of Poland that we know about, I don't really know. Anybody know any Polish actors? No.
Where did Bjork come from?
The guy from Vampire Diaries is from Poland. Paul Wesley. I just know that because my wife was watching Vampire Diaries before the show.
Fair enough.
All right. Is he a triple threat? Wife, Can he sing?
My wife. That's it. Me while I'm drinking my Chardonnay.
You basic bitch. I love it.
And reading Vogue.
So, Road to Season 2 came out, a little trailer with The Witcher. To me, what I liked about the little clip was Geralt's, you know, basically in the same house with Ciri now. They finally linked up. That's the end of season 1. Spoiler alert. Hang on. I did this. Ready? Spoiler alert. For those on stream, you can now see a spoiler alert. As long as the spoiler alert bar is up, we're going to be spoiling something. I'm going to do my best to be more active about actually showing this because I've been really, really bad at it. But for right now, spoiler alert.
Us professionals.
Yeah, sometimes.
Working towards it. Aspiring.
We're doing our best. But no, so spoiler alert, end of season 1, we had The Witcher, aka Geralt, meet up with Ciri, and then this clip, it was all of a sudden you heard a bunch of ruckus in the house they're in. She's like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "Stay here." And then you see him drink his little vial, and she goes, "No, don't leave." And then he spins around, he's all blacked eyes and looks all crazy. And it was like go time. It's like, dude, if you got something in the house, who would you rather have like protecting you?
I just want Henry Cavill in my house.
A monster. Well,
Venom.
Yeah.
Venom.
Eat the bad guys.
I can't really.
All right.
So for anybody who hasn't seen season 1 and they're interested, it's just something they want to get around to. I am going to spoil one thing, but I think it's absolutely necessary to spoil.
Spoils back up. Good.
Things aren't happening at the same time. Things are not happening in the sequence you think they are.
Took me 7 episodes to fucking realize that.
Yeah, because that's when in the 7th episode, I think that's where they reveal that everything
is on different
has been presented in a very specific way. So,
well, you're looking for the one guy with white hair to have different color hair if they're going backwards in time, but it's always flipping white hair. You're just like, oh, that's just an older dude.
Yeah,
great skin. He's got Neutrogena, you know. Nope, he's just getting older. Everybody's staying the same age. But no, this I'm actually looking forward to. What about you, Soup? You excited about the Witcher?
The Witcher. I haven't seen Witcher season 1. I've never played any of the games. I'm excited to see the music that comes out of it because I loved the music coming out of The Witcher. Lots and lots of D&D players using The Witcher's music to background their D&D games.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
That's awesome. That's
genius. So I'm excited to see what comes out of that. What other media comes out of The Witcher?
I'm definitely looking forward to it, especially if there's another jingle like "Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh Valley of Plenty." I love that game.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess in the book he's kind of a hooer, which is why I didn't realize like his clothing was so kind of like halfway unbuttoned most of the time. Which I guess for their time period, that's like a sign.
Wait, who's a whore?
Undone. The guy, the musician.
Oh, him.
Who travels
I thought you
around.
said Geralt. I was like,
No.
Well, you wish.
I mean,
we all wish, right? He gets it in.
Yeah, but I say he gets enough.
I digress. All right, next up, this one's newer content taking place in used to take a place in a town with my same last name, the town of Hawkins, Indiana. And yet, they're supposedly not in Hawkins anymore. If you read the tagline for season 4, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Did they? Okay. They showed some trailers for this like 2 years ago. This looks like a completely different show. And is it because they're all like 17 and 18 years old now? Like,
I wonder.
The show looks completely different.
Well, I wonder how much they had to reshoot based on.
I feel like they had to reshoot the whole fucking show.
Yeah, the pandemic hitting, and then
the kids
knows?
growing up into actual real adults, like actors.
Yeah, apparently Finn Wolfhard is like 6'2" or something like that. He's like super tall now.
And of course, Millie Bobby Brown has been groomed by Drake during that time period as well,
Jesus.
supposedly. So that's happened.
What?
This is taking a turn.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's the juice. That's the juice on the street, boys. And then there's a song that gives it away in the latest Drake album, supposedly.
Oh my God.
I'm so hood. I know all the hips in the house. I'm so
Both of them.
into it. I'm into it.
I know hip and
Speaking of hops,
Both of them. Yeah, right.
Speaking of hops, we're excited to officially announce that production for Stranger Things 4 is now underway, and even more excited to announce the return of Hopper. See, hip hop.
Oh,
Ended there.
okay.
Although it's not all good news for our American, Hopper is imprisoned far from home in the snowy wasteland of Kamchatka, Russia, where he will face dangers both human and other. That's ambiguous. Meanwhile, back in the States, a new horror is beginning to surface, something long buried, something that connects everything. From the Duffer Brothers, Duffer Brothers.
Like The Witcher, I'm excited for this, but I'm more excited for the music that comes from this.
Yes.
Music,
absolutely.
The music from Stranger Things. I can't remember the guys' names. I know they were from a band called Survive, but they are
Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel.
No, Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald, Yacht Rock.
I was hoping for like a Mark Mothersbaugh kind of soundtrack. That'd be great. And for those that don't know, Mark Mothersbaugh, Devo. That's his original.
Those damn shorts. They need to drop the socks. All right.
Yeah, dude. I'm definitely looking at my guy on the left here. What's his name? The kid who always gets lost or whatever. Spoiler alert there,
Mike.
too. Them shorts, bro.
Woo.
Man.
No, that's not Mike. Who's that?
That is Mike.
Will.
Free the hams.
Will.
Myers. Noah Schnapp.
Free the hams. Is that what you said?
Free the hams. Gotta free the hams, baby.
Don't forget to stretch those creamy hamstrings. Got some popsicles in my basement.
Oh, God, I feel like I need to take a shower now.
Yeah.
High runner style. Crying in the shower. Jesus.
Come here, fucking fat ass. Well, thank goodness that's the end of coming soon.
Next.
It was taking such a turn.